let's talk about the iOS 12, which is the new operating system coming from Apple. What are some of the things that Apple is trying to introduce? Like Google, Apple is also trying to help users identify how much time they're spending on their phone. Really, a lot of the people have complained over the period of time that they can't really tell how much screen time they are spending. Also, what Apple has decided to do, it has decided to graphically represent how much time you're spending and where are you spending this time, so that you can figure out where to cut down and what exactly are you doing on that device that you're spending so much time on. So this will going to help people understand in a healthier fashion, in a breakdown by category, like if you're playing a lot of games, if you're spending a lot of time on social media, are you spending a lot of time emailing, are you spending a lot of time browsing, what exactly, or chatting, what exactly is it that you're doing on your screen time. So it's going to be a weekly summary of your usage habits. And just like in Android P, you will also be able to set time limits for each app. So iOS will automatically notify you when you're running out of this allotted time that you have given to each application. A time's up message will display when the counter runs out. If you want to continue using that application, you can simply request more time. Apple is also applying this abundance of usage data to parental controls, giving parents greater oversight and supervision over how often their kids are staring at a screen. One of the features that Apple has been lacking for a very long time is to be able to take care of notification in a group fashion. You don't have to go through individual notifications. If I'm getting like 100 notifications, I should be able to dismiss multiple notifications from the same app at once. So group notifications will actually show up as stack, and you should be able to get rid of them. So Apple's also giving users more authority over which apps are allowed to send notifications that vibrate their phone. Quiet notifications will show up in Notification Center, but not on your lock screen. So those are some of the features that Apple is introducing. Then new emojis will also going to be introduced, of course. The roster of emojis with animation. That's a big thing. A lot of the people like now animated emoji. So there will going to be some expanding there in terms of introducing some new ones there. And also, Apple is introducing the idea of personalized. You'll be able to create a personalized one based on, you can choose the skin color, hairstyle, outfit, headgears, you name it. So it's going to be quite personalized emoji that you would be able to. Another cool feature that I am really looking forward to is a group FaceTime. Instead of having an individual one-on-one FaceTime, you will now be able to bring a group of people in a FaceTime. The number of people that can FaceTime simultaneously, it's set to crazy 32. That's a pretty big number, 32. Best of luck, 32 people trying to communicate via FaceTime at the same time. But Apple iOS 12 will introduce this group FaceTime sessions that include up to 32 people. But that's great, a lot of the time on family vacation or when we are going in different directions, business trips, want to communicate with our spouse and kids at the same time, and it has been a little struggle in the past, but this will going to be a feature. In fact, I'm going to be looking forward to that feature. Also, there is some news that Apple will going to be looking at better augmented reality experiences. It's already working with Pixar on a new file format specially designed for augmented reality applications. And some of the leading companies like Adobe and Autodesk and Sketchfab have already announced that they will going to be working with this new format. This new format is called USDZ. That's basically what this format is called. What Apple has done, Apple has created their own app called Measure Up. So iOS 12's more powerful augmented reality is basically being put to test with a new app called Measure. As the Measure app, typically you turn on your camera, you point at an object, and you probably point at a wall, anywhere, you put the object in the camera frame, tap and drag out an outline, or drag out a line and measure it. So several third-party softwares will actually support this idea. So we also have ARKit 2, So Apple is trying to own the conversation around augmented reality and establish iOS as a platform that's leading breakthroughs for the unique mixed word experiences that augmented reality makes possible. And there will going to be some cool features added to Photos in iOS 12. It will automatically offer up search suggestions, add a new For You tab, which will suggest filters and effects, something based on your choices, something based on the pictures. Photos will also now make sharing suggestions. Friends who receive the photos will also going to be prompted back to share their own pictures back or videos back about the same event. So that is a cool thing. So I might have captured a portion of an event, my friends have captured a portion of an event, so that will be a good way to share what each one of us has captured. That way we could all put together and make our own little thing. Siri opens to more apps. That's another cool features. Another cool feature that we have been hearing is called Shortcuts app. So what basically Shortcuts app does, it lets users string together multiple actions that can be triggered by a single custom Siri request. Also, there has been a big improvement in CarPlay. Apple announced that its in-car platform CarPlay will add support for two of the most popular turn-by-turn navigation apps, which are Google Maps and Waze. So that will also be included in. Also, there are going to be a completely rebuilt Stocks app. So Apple is putting real work into this Stocks app. It's coming to iPad. It will support after-hour stock prices and will now also going to include content from Apple News. So that's another thing for people who really look forward to stocks. Similarly, Voice Memos is coming to iPad and adding iCloud syncing. So Apple announced that the Voice Memos app has similarly been redesigned and will come to the iPad with the release of iOS 12. Similarly, iBooks will now going to become Apple Books. So Apple is rebranding its ebook app from iBooks to Apple Books. So these are some of the features that are added to iOS 12, which will going to be released later this year. Preview version is available to developers.